All right, here we are back. It's Myrtle Beach, vacation in Myrtle Beach day.
Myrtle Beach, it's Polly's Island.
Would you stop? It's Myrtle Beach. Everybody, nobody's going to say what Polly's Island is. There's a great ruination for an introduction. Let's get started. Okay, as one can see, we've been on vacation and we're already having these types of discussions. So let's get started with welcome to what's in our drawers golf talk. We've got Bob and Jim, and it's about, well, normally it's about what's in the drawers. Today it's about what's in Myrtle Beach, i.e. Polly's Island.
Yes.
Blah. Anyway, so here we go. So we're going to be talking about that kind of stuff, and we're going to go over some stuff that we've done for the week and discuss some golf courses that we've taken on and what we think about them. So first and foremost, let's get started with here's some just a view or two. And that's the view that in the morning from our balcony. We're on the second floor, and that's what it looks like. There we go. As you can see, the pool is, we'll say, under construction. It's waiting on some water. Looks like it's in full tact, but right now I don't think we're going to be doing any swimming, as is the highest temperature we've encompassed has been 50 degrees so far, with lows that start with a 3. So even the hot tubs aren't working. And we experienced a wildland fire.
Yep.
Yet 2 days ago we had a wildland fire that was up north, and it was brutal enough that it came down into this area. And I believe there was some natural, what do they call them? Yeah, the national type parks that were down here, and a few of them down here caught. But the local fire departments did a great job, and they got them down here under control. I believe they're still keeping an eye on them up north. So let's hope that does not get out of hand. All right. And right there is just so we're going to give a shout out to Parlor Donuts. Those are 2 donuts. The damn thing's as big as a softball, and they both taste really good. So if you ever needed a donut fix and you only wanted to eat one, there you go.
One's all you need.
One was pretty tough. Okay, so here we go. Let's see, what did we hit so far? We hit Tradition, so that was the first one.
Tradition.
We hit Litchfield.
Is
that the first one?
I think Tradition was the first.
Tradition was first, Litchfield second, and River Club.
Yep, the River Club.
Okay, River Club. So in every one of these places, if you get to South Carolina, and being from up north and whatnot, there's plenty of pine trees. However, the pine trees down here have some unique ornate skill to generate pine cones the size of footballs, and it's amazing. They also, this year, we've noticed that there is an abundance of squirrels, and there's little thiefy squirrels that they've got. They've been almost domesticated to the point they're not afraid of golfers anymore. They just keep going around and minding their own business. And why is that? This right here. Now look at that. And apparently, like, what was that you gave them? The blueberry?
No, it was
raisin
with the cream inside of it.
Raisin cookie with cream in it, or a biscuit. And look at that. That thing's like, yeah, hey, I dig on some of this. I'll take some back to my friends.
He even petted him.
Yeah, and there he goes off with that hunk of that stuff in his mouth. So, and we wonder why they're not afraid. Well, that's the reason why. Every time we take Ziploc bags full of stuff like hot tamales or snacks or whatever, and the minute I shook one of those bags, 3 or 4 of them would come out of the woodwork looking at me like, hey, you going to give me one of those or not? And the answer is no, we're not. So the other one is we got to golf with Peter. He's going to be on here 2 out of 3 days. Now, I wanted to show you this. Peter brought a very, very unique putter. And since we're talking about golf stuff, there it is. That's what it looks like at address. As you can see, it's sitting in the back, much like the old that old Callaway. Was it I don't think they called it a dart or whatever. Anyway, as you can see, it's got made out of wood, and I called it a bullnose ring right here. And it's from Hawaii, and it's made out of bamboo. And this thing, there we go. That's another one. Anyway, this thing is about 1 to 1.5 inches thick, and I'm going to say it's good, easy from front to back, easy 6 to 8 inches long.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, and there's Peter right there with it, holding that bad boy up. And I'm here to tell you, Peter putts lights out with that thing, and it's the smoothest rolling. When it hits, that wood hits that golf ball, that ball just wants to roll so smooth and so true. It's scary. I think the only thing that would be off-putting is the fact that it's so far set back.
Mm-hmm.
But man, it works. He's got that new Golf Pride grip on it, and he was rolling it around, rolling it pretty good. All right, so here we go. First one was Tradition. What was that one? Went to Traditions.
Yeah.
And so as we see here, there's still grass that's dormant, and that's the brown. And it kind of gives it I thought it was kind of neat in the idea that it gave the golf course a lot more definition. Actually gave you a little bit area to pick your shots.
Yep. It did.
Right.
It was.
Go ahead. And so what they're doing is they do an overseed, and some of these things are the guy yet today was calling it Super Bermuda, at least on the greens, and then the stuff on the outside, I'm not sure what the name of the grass is, but right now they like to call it the oatmeal. And one would think that oatmeal would grab that golf ball and slow it down when you got into it.
Yeah, no way.
It's like when it hits, it's like hitting your kitchen floor. It just hits, and it just keeps going. In fact, Bob and I were commenting on that today, is that the ball runs out forever here.
It does.
Right? You could hit something, and that you get away with a lot of poor golf shots. And why do I know that? Because I hit a lot of poor golf shots in the last 3 days. And it hits, it just, I bet I hit shots that hit 75, 100 yards up and maybe rolled another 100.
Yep.
And just go crazy far.
Yep.
Now the other part of that is when it hits the greens, it doesn't like sticking either.
Nope.
So you gotta hit if you can play a good bump and run down here, you're going to kick butt. And here's some more. This was just from a cart path to kind of give you more of an idea of what the area that is dormant goes by. Don't think we're trying to show you that this is a negative picture by any shape of the imagination. All these courses were well manicured, and as you can tell, the greens and everything were up there, right? And then I love this warning that we got. It doesn't tell us to take 3 shots. It's saying it takes 3 shots to reach this green. Optimum tee shot, and then 220-yard dog legs. So we're in the St. Pauli's area, and these are all what I would call plantation courses.
Yeah.
And the reason why we call them plantation courses is because a lot of this area was all at least one plantation that used to grow rice. And the rice manufacturing here, this was like the hub of the world for a while for growing rice because of the lowland area, which is what they call this, the lowlands. And it would be, and it was just really good. Well, as time progresses from the revolutionary period and finances are what they are, they start getting broken up. And today, as we were golfing on the River Club, we had another golfer that was with us. His name was Stan, 83 years old, from Missouri. And as we'd go by these holes, he would point out and go, "You see that over there?" And he goes, "Yeah, that's Willbrook." And he says, "You see it over there?" "Yeah." He says, "That's the Traditions." So they're all like next door neighbors to each other in order to get it. So they all have this very, very similar vibe. And there's some more of the same. And you can see it's just, I mean, it's just really cool. So, I mean, it's well maintained and everything.
It'd be fun to fly over it.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be like that. So when you get through there, what was it? I mean, what was your take when you get on there? So let me tell you this. So neither one of us have golfed for almost like 4 months. Okay. 4 months. And it showed radically on the front. All right. I shot the very first, I shot the highest score I've shot in ever. I shot a 55. And it was, couldn't reach the green.
Nope.
Couldn't reach the green, couldn't putt, couldn't hit off the tee. In fact, the driver is so bad right now that it's not it. I played the entire round today without it, and it was just pathetic. But I went from a 55 to a 43. So after I vacuumed up all the dust off the golf course or all the rust, we got turned around, got some of it back. But I mean, it's just like that, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So what
It
we've
hurt.
been, yeah. It did. It hurt, and the ground is very, very hard, very, very dry right now. Again, that's the reason why we're getting all this run out. And so we're going to kind of go over. So what we've been doing is that when Bob and I go golfing, we've been golfing with each other for so long that uh, we know each other's habits, and things happen. And so when we start off the golfing, I got to say, Bob, your knee don't hurt. And,
Yeah.
and when and once he gets that, he makes a good turn, and when he makes a good turn, he hits a much better ball. And then when I'm out there and I'm about ready for my head to pop off my shoulders, he goes, that's not a real bad shot. And I'm like, why not? He'll explain it to me, and I'm like, okay, fine, you're right, you're right. And he goes, and oh, by the way, you're a little quick. Here we go. You're a little quick. Okay, that's how this thing goes, right? And so Bob's been hooking the ball off the planet, and I go, "Hey, you're a little too far away, man. You're a little too far away." So he gets close, and then then you get into adjustments from a swing,
Yeah.
right? A little too close. So I get a little closer. All right, a little closer. Now you think you got to modify your swing. Well, you really don't have to. You just need to get normal. And today, after 2 rounds, today he started smoking it again. The 3 wood or the 4 wood in his bag has been a tremendous weapon. And today at the very end, he figured out that you can make a turn, you can hit the ball high, you can hit it straight, and he absolutely clobbered it on the last hole today.
Yeah, hit that good. It took me a while to figure it out. Driver ain't come back out of the bag yet though.
No. Although he did switch over to a new putter, which is the AI Cruiser, the double wide, and first couple of rounds were kind of shaky.
Yep, played pretty good today. He putted pretty good with it.
Yeah. So as you guys, I've told this story I don't know how many times, and Peter was just waiting for it to happen while we were playing for him because he saw it beforehand. King of the 40-footers or better, 3-footers make him putt it. Right? That's just how it works. And first two, he wasn't laser focused just yet. They were just going by the hole just ever so slightly. Today, however, what was it? What'd you pace off today?
75 feet.
It was huge. You could. It was about as far as one could get away and still be on the green on this ovally shaped green, and he puts this thing, and it just keeps rolling. It just keeps rolling. And I'm like, good night. It's like it's forever away. And as it gets closer, you're like, well, look at this. It's got a line. I'm not even thinking it's going to get close. Next thing you know, he jars it. And we're like, he's back. He's back. And he did it again. He did it a few times after that. In the more manageable area, 40 foot and stuff like that. So it's coming back around for him. All righty. Here's some more of what we saw and what we played when we were playing with Peter. And it just, I mean, the whole thing about being down here, when you're down here, the whole idea is you want to go play nice golf courses, right? They don't have to be, unless you're playing at that level, playing tour level golf courses. There are a few down here to be sure, but you just want them to be nice, right? Be like manicured, right? you know, and things. And here's the other thing: public service announcement from McGolf. When you come down here and you go in a sand trap, take the rake. All right, take the rake. Rake it for the people behind you. Don't get mad that you got in the sand trap. And believe you me, I could probably be that guy because the second round I found every one of them. Take the rake, all right, and use it when you get out of there. Make it nice for the people behind you. They paid good money to play this, not to watch some schmuck's footprint to be in the damn trap. Fix it. All right, so here we're back. And then here's where you get to see some of the this is where it gets kind of challenging. There's some stuff in the way in order to get to there. And there's some more. This is a little longer. There we go. There's some water. Now I will say water and sand come into play. So where we play, it's mountain golf.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's mountain golf. What gets in the way is undulation, right? Undulation and a lot of like that. Down here, obviously, it's flatter, so we have to put stuff in the way, i.e., sand traps, water, that kind of stuff. And there's water. Water everywhere. All righty. And there's some more. That was a good hole, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Look at that thing. It got a little bit of everything going on it. There's some more. That's more of the same of that last one. Here's this was today. Right? That was today? That looks like today.
Yep. That was today, yeah.
Okay, so what we're getting into is the river course. And this is today. You get to see, this gives it that island vibe. You get you go across the bridge, actually drive past that and you go around the backside. And you can see, so this is the kind of stuff we were playing today. Water up the right, sand on the left, and clear up to the front and a fairly generous green. Now, the ones we were playing yesterday, and that was at Litchfield.
Mm-hmm.
It was at Litchfield. They had I finally found a postage stamp green, and there was a whole bunch of them. I bet we were on greens that probably weren't 10 to 15 paces wide.
Yep.
In an entire circle. And so you just aim for the middle. The only problem is if you aim for the middle, you're going to roll off the back. So you had to aim for the front and let it get up into the middle, and then have a 5 foot or a 10 foot putt.
Yeah, you couldn't fly the ball to the hole. It just wouldn't stay on the green.
Mm-mm. So it was there. And we watched and we played. I'm going to tell you here, Peter was playing with us, and we'll give Peter some props. The dude's got a game.
Oh, he does.
He can swing it. He hits the draw. I mean, that's his natural shot. So when you get on here and you talk to him, you hear him talk, his shot pattern is the draw. It takes it out and it comes back around. Very rarely does he hook it, but he will pull it. But outside of that, he can light it up when it went with that iron. That was the one thing. He tore us up on the iron game. We could not get it to the doggone hole. And we got to the point. So yesterday it was in the 40s. So we go from the mountains to the ocean. That's one. We go we're playing in the 40s. There's another one.
Oh yeah.
And then everywhere we had some sort of wind in our face. And so we were playing. If you had a 140-yard shot or 150-yard shot, we were playing at like 180 and 190. All right, or 180, 170, 180. In order just to get the ball there. And in some cases, it still didn't get there. And today it did. Today we bunked. Today, because of the wind, we backed it down to 20 yards.
Yeah.
And then as I was finding out, it was 20 yards. But as I got inside 150, I had to go 10 because my wedges in the A wedge, the pitching wedge, the sand wedge, and all those other wedges, I was almost on spot because I was adding 10 yards, and I was flying greens now all of a sudden.
Yep.
Like, welcome to golf, right? All the other 4-letter words were taken. All righty, so we're back to this one. Here's some more of it, and again, here's where you see where you got to cross some water, right? Look at all that sand. This was a par 3, right? Remember that was on the back?
Mm-hmm.
We were standing back here behind the reds.
Yep.
And this was this is how this goes. This is a 130, 135, 140 yard shot from the gold tees. And of course, it just keeps getting longer. And you got all this water. It's got to be all flight. And if you're going to really carry it to where those golfers are standing, now you had to contend with the sand. And you can, if you don't make it, now you're hitting out of the sand. And if you hit out of the sand, this is a narrow green. Chances are you're rolling off the back, and if you're rolling off the back, you're wet. So you had to. So the pull out or the ditch here is to aim to the right. Well, if you aim to the right, in fact, this is the hole that he hit that damn long shot on.
Mm-hmm.
That Bob hit that putt on. So Bob's down here in where you can see where this, and he hits it to where those golfers were at. It would, and it's like this, right? There's no. You would think there would be a flat putt there. No flat putt, and it's all breaking and turning. And it's just another one. That was just I thought it was just a really cool picture.
It was yesterday, wasn't it?
Might have been.
Yeah.
Or that was Stan never got that in front of us. So here's that look on that. Another one is same concept in that other picture. And then this was a picture when we got started. This is actually right behind the clubhouse, and two of the holes going by. And then another one so you get the idea. It's very picturesque, right? It's very picturesque. So the idea here is when you get ready to go do these kinds of things, fortunately we have wives that like to plan. And we get through there, and so how this normally works is we pick out dates, and then we'll get together and we'll say, okay, what are the courses in this area? What courses do we want to go? And then we do that, and then they'll take it, and we say we'd like the morning, or like the early morning if it's summer, and then they go and they reserve it. Turns out that a lot of these courses were under an umbrella of what was the name of the whole?
The golf. Oh, the golf. Myrtle Beach golf.
But what was this Litchfield thing? The whole
Plantation. What?
The plantation courses.
Where you could you clicked on each one of them except for True Blue.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? It was under like a company name or a group name.
It was Myrtle Beach golf trip.
Oh, okay. It was under the all these ones, because we were staying at Litchfield. We're able to get to these certain number of golf courses, and so that's how we're able to do it. So that's just what it is. So now let's get prepared. So normally you come down here and you're coming down here to wear shorts and your regular golf shirt and have a lot of fun. You better take a look at the Weather Channel before leaving.
Definitely. Well, I had frost on the greens this morning.
Of all the places. So the first day was pretty good. It was into the 60s. We were playing in pants and regular shirt. Next day it got into the 40s. I don't think when we were playing with Peter again, I don't think it got into the 50s. If it did, we didn't feel it. And it was blowing everywhere. And it was, and of course he brought a sock hat. I didn't. So I was wearing a jacket over my head like this until the wind would go away, and then we'd put it down. And today, it was very, very calm. So I had this and a long sleeve shirt on, and it was great. It was a good time to be had. And so that's where we're at. So dress accordingly. Don't try and be the tough guy, because I'm telling you what, the weather down here will wear you out. Okay. Yeah. We saw some folks that were in from Green Bay, no less. They were behind us. They drove down from Wisconsin, and they were Green Bay fans. And, of course, they had the Green Bay hoodie on and shorts. I'm like, well, it's a special kind of guy that, wants to wear it during this time frame. But they toughed it out, so good on them. Oh, so there we go. So far, which one you like the best?
I like the one we played today. I like the River Club. That was really nice.
So what made it different than all the rest?
I just liked the layout.
It was a good layout, wasn't it?
Yeah.
There was a lot of it was easy enough to be challenging and challenging enough to be easy. I guess that's about the way to say it.
Mhm.
And we got away with some bad shots, although I think our game came back. So I know I went 55-43. The next day I dropped five more strokes. Bob was starting to feel some pain on the driver that day, and he had me by one or two on the front, but I actually golfed the ball on the back, did pretty good. So I got him on that. I got him on that round. Today, we both acted like we were golfers on the front.
Yeah.
45, 46, 45, 46, and he lit it up on the back again. And I absolutely, the wheels on the bus went off and on hole 16, actually in hole 18. And I lost my mind. And, but I was doing okay. We were starting to put strings of pars together. We were starting to hit quality golf shots again. So we're old. It takes about 3 rounds.
Yeah.
We're
definitely.
hopefully I can pull out the driver here soon and hit it out there. So that was it. So have you noticed anything with your new putter now with playing on these greens or anything?
Yeah, it's the outside or inside out swing that I got.
Mm-hmm.
Started using it and figured it out, and it's working really well.
Good. It was. Well, when you're dropping 70 footers, I mean, that's a once in a lifetime. But when you start dropping 40s and 50s again, like you normally do, we think you got it back. I did start noticing that what he was doing, when he was hitting wedge, normally the bread and butter for him is when he gets in trouble, he gets out of trouble in an amazing fashion. And the wedge shots, first couple of times, just weren't falling for you the way they wanted to. Today, just some click today, and you could hear it coming off the club a little bit better, and was just doing. You could see the ball land, right? So, and I was describing to it, when I hit a golf shot onto a green, it'll hit, and then it wants to find all the treachery that can be around a green, and roll off or roll back or whatever. When he hits, he'll hit short, and I think, oh look, I got him on this hole. He hit short, it's going to fall off. No, it hits and it bounds forward and finds its way towards the hole. I haven't figured out how to hit one of those shots yet, but that's where we're at. Oh my.
I found playing out of the sand down here, you can't stop the ball on the green.
No.
Even hitting it with spin, it just won't stop. I mean, it just keeps rolling. I don't know if it's the grass or.
And it was funny that all the three of the guys that we talked to when we played with them, Jack, Peter, and Stan, they all said the same thing. It was dry, and we thought they were pretty fast greens. And they go, "Oh, this is nothing. You ought to see," and listed off a couple of courses. I'm thinking, there's hardly any grass on this damn green already.
Yeah.
How is it going? Are they rolling them, or what are they doing to make these things go? So it's been pretty impressive. All righty. So what's the moral of the story, guys? Moral of the story is it's a good time, right? It is really, really good time. Normally it's a good time weather dependent because tomorrow it's supposed to be right at 70. It's going to be kind of windy. No, I don't care if it said 68, it's going to be 70. And the next day we have this 3-hour window of this tremendous amount of thunder showers. And guess what the 3-hour window is on? The very moment that we're supposed to be stepping onto true blue. So that's going to be problematic. And I brought rain gear, but I didn't bring a snorkel. So we'll have to see what happens there. And we'll have to go from there. So here we go. Oh, and by the way, before we get started.
Bob, tell him what's on Wednesday also.
Oh,
What is Wednesday?
Oh yeah.
Right here. Look at that. So that's like a magic trick. See it coming out of there? Look at that. So it's just a big mirror behind us, as obviously you can see right here. But as they're getting ready to say, in a couple of days it's going to be my birthday. There, I got it out. and they surprised me today with this thing right here. That's a Doc Holliday bourbon box basically, and it's 10-year-old bourbon. But if you look, there's the back end of a revolver, and the forward end of a revolver. No, it does not work, and it's purely ornamental. And then there's a bullet that would have been shot through it that's actually in the cork of the bottle, and got that, and they got that for me, and it comes in this case, and it reminds me of the old typewriter cases.
Mhm.
It's so thick, and it has that vinyl leathery thing on the top. And then I also got some 1792, so we're doing okay. The bourbon hall is becoming very nice, and Charlie, this is McKenna 10 years, so we're all over it. We're doing pretty good. All right, so let's answer some questions. John says, "Hey, well, welcome to Myrtle Beach." Thank you, sir. We still haven't forgot about the phone call yet, but John, we just have to figure out a time. There's Rasmus again. Allo. Hey, look at that. I even got it. Is that Swedish? Maybe we learned one word today. All righty. Matt says, "Hi, guys. As the season is starting, is there anything you want to write down now to remind yourself of 226? Happy to be with all the McGolfers." Oh, my. Is there anything as the season is starting? Is there anything you want to write down now to remind yourself in 2026? Matt, that's a whole year ahead, brother. What are we talking? As long as I look at it, what would I remind myself on? I guess off-season preparation, because we're feeling the 4 months of not doing anything. For me personally, it's I have totally been devoid of doing it, stretching or any of that other stuff, and only periodically. If nothing else, that would be for me, is to make it so that you can go golfing, right, and let that stuff go. Equipment be damned. That was just take care of yourself.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, I'd say probably if you're going to come down here when it's cold, bring a stocking hat with you to keep your ears warm.
Here we go. There's PZ. Hello, golfers. I know I've been MIA, missed y'all. Finished episode of Wilson Fluid Fields. Ooh, you're going back in time. Some steel fibers. Really? Been a long time. With new pins. Oh, wow. So what he's talking about, everybody, is that now fluid fields are, if you go back in time, those things are circa 60s and 70s, I believe, early 70s. Very much the traditional blade that if you were ever to see any advertisements on golf clubs, the fluid fields. In fact, I wouldn't be so. I might even have. What's those Wilsons? I got a set of right-handeds in my shop right now that I've cleaned up. Anyway, it is a traditional taper tip shaft, and what he's talking about, it's a bore through, but the bore through is really, really small at the very, very end, and so it takes a little bit. But when he says pins back in the day, and that's the reason why it's circa, you can even go back circa 60s or even earlier. There was a pin that ran through the hosel. So if you had, this is the club head, the shaft would go into the hosel, and just as a precaution, they drill a hole through the hosel, through the shaft, and through the back end. And you would take this, literally a lead pin, and you would tap down through it, and you would peen both sides. And then that would hold that thing in there. And I tell you what, it works, but man, oh man, it's a lot of work. So good for you, bud. There's Jesse. What do you say? Hoping all you guys are well. Same to you, sir. Hope you're enjoying your vacation, Mark Nat says. Are you guys enjoying your vacation?
You
Yes.
talking to us?
Well, yeah. You get off your phones and listen to the live stream.
We're watching it.
Okay, so are you guys enjoying your?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. So we got to join the vacation. You enjoying the vacation?
Well, yeah.
There you go.
Any day.
Oh, by the way, the eatery scene down here in St. Paul's is pretty damn good too. So far, we've hit the Rustic House and the St. Paul's Poor Tap House. Man, really, really good. So we've been doing pretty good so far.
Mama's Pizza last night.
Dorama's Pizza, yeah, Dorama's Pizza last night was really good. There's Emmanuel. Hello, Jim, Rob, and the rest of the globally McDisciples. I hope you were safe from all the wildfires. Well, we did, like I said, Emmanuel, we did see it, and it was like, we thought, why is the fog rolling in? And then we're like, well, who's burning logs this time of night? Everybody was, and there was people running around with masks on, all kinds of stuff. There's Charlie. Hi, Jim and Robin. McCalla 10, bud. There you go. Good ones. Okay, Phil K from Austin. We are having a great trip. We got a few more days yet. We're going to see if we can't play some real good golf. What we got here? Jerry Wilson moved to White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. You're getting close to us now, Jerry.
Yeah, he is. Actually know where that's at.
Yeah, how far off is that?
No very.
What was the name? Oh, Glade Springs. Jerry, if you're down there, if you find a place called Glade Springs and you get a chance to go play in Glade Springs, go. I recommend it highly. There's a place called the Cobb. It's a 3-course layout. The Cobb, wood something and stone. Oh, wood hinge and Stonehenge. Anyway, there's a wood and a stone in the name, and all three are great layouts. That doesn't look like Ohio to me, Charlie says. You'd be correct, sir. This little layout is far too fancy for what I'm used to. Steven says hello from Tennessee. Shot at 39.44. Nice. Got froze out 28 degrees.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, 28 degrees. I don't even go outside, man. So next 50. Shorts weather. Dude, a guy from Tennessee, 50 degrees. I don't know, man. I don't know if that'd be there. But hey. Lawrence says, and guys, enjoy your trip. We will, sir, and thank you very much. Robin says hi to John. PZ says stay safe. We are, man. We've met some firemen, and they're doing good work down here so far. There's Robin talking back. Grilled chicken with twice baked potato. Ooh, that sounds pretty good.
Matt was cooking dinner tonight.
Oh, he was.
Told me so.
Grilled chicken with twice baked potato. Ooh. Sally says hi. Hello, Sally. BC fox squirrel. Oh, that's what they are. Those black. Well, you know what? The funny part is I saw one running by and its tail was strung out. And I said, man, what's a fox doing out here? And sure enough, that's what they're called. Good call, man. Thank you. They look like little Robin Hood thieves because they look like they got masks on. All righty. Steven says he played this weekend, but it was butt cold. Sunday was windy, so the wind chill made it feel like in the 20s.
Oh,
yep, it was brutal. Charlie, you were my hero, but there ain't no way I'm doing that. And Bob likes the cold even less than I do. So there better be some real something going on for him to get out there like that too. Right. David Jones, what do you think? What do you say, guy? Have a great time. We will do our best. Yes, Jim, the doormat grass gives the course a defined look. Dormant grass. Can I believe I said that? The dormant. Yes, it does. It's really different. Hey, there's Steven. What do you say, buddy? Hello, Jim Ron. Playing my first round ever in Myrtle Beach at Litchfield in 93 on a week-long trip. All right. Well, I'm telling you what, bud, the courses are just really great shape.
It's a nice place.
Yep. I don't think you can find a bad one down in this area. A&W and bourbon tonight? No.
Jim Beam vanilla.
Jim B. Well.
And blackberry.
Blackberry what?
Dr. Pepper.
Blackberry Dr. Pepper and bourbon.
No, yeah.
And bourbon. It's a Beam vanilla. There we go. She's saying hello. Charles, I can play with it in the 30s as long as the wind is either low or non-existent. However, 8 mile an hour. Yes, we ran into that.
Oh, yeah.
Yesterday.
Definitely.
Oh, my God.
Yesterday was, it was brutal.
And you know what? If you're not prepared, and I mean, again, it sounds like a public service announcement, but when you're cold, I mean, you got to protect, your skin because of windburn. I mean, I got plenty of it now, and just be ready. Brad, what do you say, man? There's Teresa. We say, cuz. Oh, we are. I think they've got them under control now. I'm with you on that. Yeah. So today, today was the today was the it was the same temps about, but
Oh,
zero
but no,
wind.
0 wind. It was actually nice.
Yeah, a totally different feel. In fact, I got to taking this thing off once or twice, and no more than I did in the wind pickup.
Yeah.
So back on it went. There's Peter. Hello from Legends in Myrtle Beach. Love playing with Bob and Jim after the first day as Jim and Bob are trying to take the rust off on Saturday. Had to take naps for all three of us. Well, today, bud, I was plumb wore out. I got home and I ended up having to take one too. Bob snuck in a real quick a quickie there just before coming on.
You did too.
Oh yeah, I did. I took one, a hard one. Mine was a hard snap. Steven says also during that trip played Willbrook Plantation, River Club, Azalea Sands, and Beechwood. I don't know. We've played Willbrook before. This is our first for River Club. I remember seeing the other two, but I don't know if they're still here or not. I don't remember.
I can remember playing Azalea Sands, but I don't know whether it's still here or not either.
Hope to see you at Easter. All right. Here we go. Redhead. Polly's Plantation was my favorite years ago. We got that one on the list. That's coming at. That'll be towards the end of the round. So
Tuesday? Mhm.
yeah. So we played that once before. Was that where that guy was? Where he said, "This is my." He's interviewing to be my son-in-law. Remember that guy?
Oh yeah, yeah, I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, we. I tell you what, Bob and I get to run into the coolest characters while we're down here, and ran into this guy, and he introduced himself, and he introduced the young man that was with him. He says, "This is the guy that's interviewing to be my son-in-law," like it was a business proposition, and it was funny. It was just a good-natured bunch of guys. All right, was it fun? 55, Jim. Well, it was. Tell you what, in the summer we say the temperature drops 10 degrees in the shade. Well, you know what? It does it in the springtime too. And we would be going along, it'd be nice, and you're like, "Wow, that feels pretty good. I think I might take a layer off," until you run it, you park your cart in the shade, or you drive through the shade, and you go, "Huh, I think I'll leave it on."
Yeah.
But today, the 55, even in the 40s, when we walked out the door, it was 39 degrees. By the time we got down to our car and took off, it was 41. By the time we got to the river course, which was 10 minutes away, it was probably 43, and I bet 43, 44, and it probably stayed there for the better part of the round. The last part of the round, it finally started to heat up. How bad was the smoke in the area today? Not today, hardly at all.
No, not at all.
Today everybody was kind of expecting it to show up, but nothing. 2 days ago when it was really bad,
Yep.
and then yesterday we kind of saw hints of it,
Yeah.
but today nothing.
Farman done a heck of a job.
Yep. Robin talking back to everybody as she's so good to do with that.
I hear you.
And there's Charlie. Robin, that's your vacation drink. Well, no, Charlie, their vacation drink was something else, but neither one of them will drink it. And it was called Moonarita that we got from Casey Jones, and we put it together, and it comes in a moonshine jug that's glass, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know if I can drink this." So I've been trying to carry the slack for them, so we don't have to take any back. So they've been going back to the old pina coladas and then the regular drinks at night. And they've been slacking as well. The consumption factor is way down. All righty.
Know that.
Both needed naps today. See you
Just
Wednesday.
hold it together, darling.
We drank more coffee and moonshine.
Yeah, that doesn't count.
Coffee and moonshine.
There's Orange High, Robin. Peter says, Robin, even if we don't play, we can still meet for dinner. There we go. Redhead says, happy. All right. If you found every bunker in your second round, Jim, you now are raking techniques down to a science. You're absolutely 100% correct. I even started taking. I got like some ninja moves now with it. So if anybody comes around, I can take them out. On Saturday, there wasn't a sand trap, wasn't in, and that's a fact. If I could just trust my swing to get it out of there, I'd be all right. RSG says, hello from Dublin in the Midwest, St. Louis. Oh, from the Dublin of the Midwest. Okay. St. Louis. Robin. The guy that we golfed with today was from Missouri. He said he was somewhere north and west of Missouri in a little bit of a town. Close enough for St. Louis that a couple of the pro ball players for the baseball team, their kids went there, so not too bad. March is the month of St. Patrick's Day scrambles every weekend, and this is how we tune up for the golf season. That would be great.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great. And then there we go, Peter. All right. I'll go by Peter and Pete, even Petey. Okay.
Petey?
Petey. I don't know. We're not doing
Hey,
Petey.
you'll forever be known as Petey now.
There you go. So the today, from a bourbon point of view, if you guys are from this particular instance, today is the day that the government started the Bottle and Bond Act. So you guys can look that part up. So you guys need to buy some golf balls? No, not yet. The today at the final hole, you would have thought I just emptied out my entire bag into the creek, but as a whole, the first 2 days, we only lost maybe one.
Mm-hmm.
It was such pathetic distance making. You know, we keep it in front of us or find it to the side. It was just in the front of us. We just couldn't figure out. You know, when they talk about short game is the first thing to leave and the last thing to show up, and that's where we're at. And then when in the beginning, our egos wouldn't let us not hit a longer club to get that distance, just because this is what we knew when we stopped golfing at the end. Once we got past that nonsense, and we started getting closer and closer, you could see the progression of the scores going down. I'm from Minneapolis, played Polly's Plantation, True Blue, TPC last week. Nice. Well, we got True Blue. We've done TPC a couple of times, and we're going to do Polly's at the end of the week. State prison system. Yeah. No, he was a teacher. Been going there for 38 years. So you probably got them all, haven't you? That's it. Founders Group. Okay. Very cool. John's keeping us on track. And Matt says 50 degrees is warm.
Yeah.
If you're a polar bear.
Yeah. Which you are.
Yeah.
Big boy.
I was just going to say he's big as a polar bear.
Yes, he is.
There we go. Matt's going, yeah, that's what we're thinking. Matt, I agree. 50s is like a summer day. You can just stop that now, Charlie. That's just because you live in a refrigerator. That's awesome. John Lamb says snowing in Calgary today. Played Friday, 84 on temporary greens. It's that wild swings in the weather. Yes. That's what we're seeing that now too, right? John, down even in Ohio, you know, we went from temperatures in the 20s with highs in the 30s to temperatures ranging into the 60s, and then turn around 2 days later, we're back into the 30s and 40s again.
Yep.
Mother Nature just will not give it up. Well, there's Tom. What do you say? It shouldn't bother Bob. He's used to playing in cold. Well, What do you say, Tom?
Hey, Tom.
Tom, yeah. Tom's a pro at one of our local golf courses, and he's actually doing a bang-up job out there at the country club. So, well done, sir. 84, that far north. I wish I had some of that here. I think he was saying he shot an 84, but we'll go with that. Wisconsin. That's it. See? Wisconsin or Wisconsin. Yep. My sister lives there, so I'm starting to pick up, when I talk to her, I pick up that dialect. It's when you're used to 25 degrees. That's a no lie. And where you're at with that lake effect, you have no idea what's going to happen next. Seymour Rep says, thumbs up all. Thank you very much. I forgot to add that one. If you guys would like, subscribe, hit that like bell across the bottom, the like button, so we can get some more out. We are starting to roll. I did not put out the video I wanted because I actually had it all there, but the actual where I talked to you guys was not as clear as I wanted it to be. It was very fuzzy and around the edges. It's just not as sharp as it normally is. I was trying a new lens and it looked good in the little bitty format this big, just not what we wanted. Needless to say, it's comparing the S3 and the Mizuno forged, and if testing is anything, we're having a great deal of success with both. So, and it's for players to be sure, but they're both working very, very well. In fact, between them, I got to build 4 sets when we get back, and I believe at least one of each is in those 4 sets. John Lamb, oops, got it. 48 was your score. There he goes. Thank you. Richie Jennings, nice looking course. Everything is still snow covered in New Brunswick, Canada. Ugh. Yeah. That's the real pain. For us, it's still frozen. Right when we left, there wasn't any snow on the ground, but it was frozen. I mean, frozen. So there was none of that happening. My dog Rex is on. Hello. Robin saying hello to them, saying hello back. Here we go. John Lamb says, Charles, it was only about 60 degrees Fahrenheit, but the one course I opened to walkers, I couldn't resist. I've golfed every month in the year of Calgary. Sometimes, yeah, buddy, not bad. He will be old, 62. Listen to that crap, and coming from her. Happy birthday. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bob, do you drink bourbon? Answer is
no.
Does
Bob drink anything?
Bob will dip his toe in the water on a
beer.
On a beer. He's very, very conservative. He'd take a beer or one of those
wine coolers.
Yeah, wine cooler type things. That's about the reach of his wanting to drink that stuff.
Never drank.
Jim, what is the sign that we bought for Bob?
Oh.
He can't be. All of us can't be Irish. Somebody's got to drive.
That's right. We were down in Destin. They had it was an Irish themed bar and pub and restaurant, and in there they had all these Irish themed trinkets or tchotchkes, and then there's a plaque about this long. It says, "Not everybody can be Irish. Somebody's got to drive," and that's it.
That's right above our television set.
All right, John said he put some DG mids in the 770s, built them in 3/8 increments for links. They seem to weigh out much better for some reason. I like these DG mids, John. There's something about them, and I have to believe it's more like the old Dynalite or the Dynalite Golds, and they were a tremendously popular shaft. They just had this stupid purple band on them that nobody wanted to see. Right now, these mids have come back, and I think they're going to be a really good shaft for them. He still has a set of the Wilson staffs from the 60s. Yeah. Can you look at those things? So what he's talking about is the head on the irons. The head on the iron was about this big, and the ball was about that big. I mean, if you're off just even the slightest little bit, and then you wonder how the pros got a wear mark. Well, they got to wear mark because, if the club is this wide and the ball is this wide on there, right? The circumference has got to hit that thing first always. And I mean, like it does now, but there's so much room to miss. And and if you hit it solid and you get down there, man, it's a great feeling. Unfortunately, if you're an amateur golfer, chances of that happening are about 1 in every 100. John says, Matt, I need a tattoo on the inside of my eyelids that I can read to tell me to slow down my swing so I don't be so action. No doubt. You get that, put them in your earbuds and then take it around on the course. Well, there we go. Golf Addict says, happy birthday to me. Thank you. I'm 60 on the 9th golf season. This is close. There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much. Happy birthday, Nikid Dage. I hope you get your wishes coming true. Thank you, sir. James Geiger, what do you say, buddy? You're correct on the weather. Always sent my Myrtle Beach trips at the end of February. Weather, anything from the 30s to the 70s. Pack everything you can. Hand warmers, hats, chapstick, etc. You know what? And the funny part is, and he packed 10 times better than I did. He came out with he says, hey, what do you think about these? And it looks like mittens that you could go to Alaska in. And they were the Callaway golf mittens. Yeah. And they had a little zipper on the side that you could put hand warmers in.
And didn't even know that and didn't even bring no hand warmers. I didn't think it'd be this cold.
Yeah, Peter saw them on the side. Oh, yeah, you can put those hand warmers in there. All righty. Yeah, how'd the mini, you got the Max Driver, Mini Driver, Max 5-wood, 9-wood, Max 5-head are all my brand new top end of the bag. Let's hope I can hit them and get my yardages dialed in. I think you're going to like that setup, bud. I really, really do. Jackie Barnett, Beechwood and Azalea Sands are still there. They are beside each other. Okay, we'll have to look at that one while we're down here. Thank you for the info. Waukesha Private is one of the best down there. Waukesha Private is one of the best ones down there if you can get on it. Okay. Prospector Pete. Yeah, finally made it. Well, good for you, bud. Appreciate it. All righty. RS says, Easter, we'll be coloring potatoes this year. Oh, that's a good one. We were trying different things. Ah. Who's trying different things?
We are.
Where?
Drinks. We're trying different drinks here. You just don't know it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Let's see. Moonshine and the coffee. That's been a staple for years.
Pineapple.
Pineapple what?
Pineapple and coconut rum.
Oh, you mean pina coladas. Okay. You can try anything you want. That's right.
Just not seeing it.
Bottom end is PXG Gin 6 irons, Sugar Daddy's Cobra Snake Bike. Say open up the door. Now they won't stop. Debating the PXG Allen putter or the D. Personally, I would go with the DF3. They're trying to go with the zero torque or the toe up balance, and everybody's is trying to get there. However, I still think that the guys at Lab Putters have a distinct advantage. Now, their disadvantage is cost. The things are not cheap, but they're built completely different. Sonic Sega just got some Ben Hogan 40. Keep them or go for better. It depends on what era of the Ben Hogan irons you're talking about, Sonic, because if you're talking about the ones that have the regular BH with the diamond away around them, certainly there are better clubs out there, but for $40. Now, there are now Hogan irons out and those are newer ones. And if you got the newer set, you made a steal, right? But if you're into the older ones, those are great clubs. When in their day, they were very, very, very sought after golf clubs, to be sure. However, today, in today's environment, even at the blade, there's some that are even a bit more forgiving than that. But for just trying around and plunking them around, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Ah, okay. So that, yeah, everything still stands, man. They're still, the Hogan Edges are still, they're good. They're good clubs as far as the blades go. Now they did make some they tried to make edge irons that were the players' cavity backs. They were not well received, and I think that was because of the purists. Outside of that, they're pretty good. Proxter speed. I was always little Petey. Here we go. Jesse says the older you get, the thinner in the skin.
Amen to that, brother.
Robin saying hi back to Teresa and Tom. Seeing 50 degrees is a nice day if the wind is low and the sun is out. And it was today. And it was a nice day. Yep, that's a good one. We got your small flurry today, and Vulcan, of course, opens up soon. Hope 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, cool. There's an old golf shop with old stuff. You may want to check it out over by Jack Axe Throwing on Highway 17. I think he's talking to that other fellow. Good times. Enjoy the vacation. We will. It's a lot of fun. Hello, everybody, says Michael. 62 is like a birth for. It's like birth. Thank you. Preston Peak. Well, what a coincidence. I just turned myself 62 today. Well, look at that.
Yeah.
Go Irish. All right. Well, happy birthday, Pete, or little Petey, as the case may be.
Petey.
John Kelly. We say, John, happy birthday. Jim Newton golf shafts. Did you try them yet? No, I have not, John. I sent the email to their vice president. Of course, I've not got a response back. I just figure I'm going to see some shafts in the mail, but I will follow up. Now, I will say I did get to see him in action with Peter hitting them, and he had them in his driver and his 3-wood and his 5-wood, and he was hitting them really, really well. Peter's swing is not one that I would say is an aggressive one. I would say it's the atypical swing. Comes back, and then there's a bit of a pull and a smaller release, and it worked really, really well for him. I'd say happy birthday, old fart, but you're young still. Thank you, sir. Actually, 6 months we had to surprise him. Well, good enough. That's my sister's birthday. Holy cow, man! They were all over the map on that one. Oh yeah, she is. We all do when we get down here. Happy birthday to your sister. Yes, that's true. Happy birthday to your sister. Penny and I are trying. How's it just Penny and I are trying to have fun? What's up with that?
I don't know.
We always get in. We never get included in all the fun.
No.
I feel like Rudolph all of a sudden. Yes, 89. Okay, so yeah, you could probably play those for a while. I mean, it depends on where you're at in your game. If you're just getting started, have it and plunk it around a little bit. But as far as a competitive iron, no. As far as something to go out and hit golf balls, sure. James Geiger, on your recommendations of shorting my driver down to 44.5, never hit it better. Good deal. Do you think shortening my 430 a half an inch will help my iron game as well in 5.7? Probably. Okay, at 5.7, if you have anywhere near some longer arms or you bend over some, the driver is always kind of a different animal because it's always been too long. Okay, the irons themselves have been pretty standard, but it was made for a person that's around 6'2" with average arm length, that kind of thing. So if you're 5'7" and you stand straight up and your hands get just above your knee, about an inch or two, inch or two-ish, then just try and choke down that half an inch and see what happens before you start altering your clubs. just like we talked about doing the driver. Just check it out and see what happens. It might be a game changer yet again. Yep, hopefully open soon here as well. Getting the itch really bad. Fox Hollow in Calgary is always open, weather permitting. Okay, very cool. What putters would you replace my tank? Oh, geez. Actually, Matt, I don't think I would go with the zero torques just yet. There's something about that from a Callaway point of view. Let's start with that. They still have their cruisers from the Model 7 that you have to the Model 7 that's available now. The technology is different. So you could just upgrade into the same thing and keep that same feeling, just upgrade with more technology. The other one is that if we did that, if you want to go higher, Makefield is another very good one to have. He's played with that for quite some time, and it was a hell of a good putter for him, still is. And then if you want to go zero torque, the square to square is what they're calling it. There's just something about that jailbird that they've got. It doesn't set right to me. It always feels like you're forward pressing it. But the double wide, like he's playing now in the plumber's neck, they have one that's a center shaft. That one works pretty good. I think that putts very, very well. But you could also try the Model 7. These new jailbirds that they have for the cruisers are really, really nice. In the square to square, I'm not a fan. But you can try something along that lines for sure. All righty. Well, look at that. We made it all the way up to 6:30.
Yes, we did.
Made it all the way to 6:30. Okay, guys. It's 6:30. We're on vacation. It's getting dark, and my glass is empty. So what we're going to do here is we're going to call it. And again, thank you very much for joining us. We're going to do some more recapping on Monday when we get back. We got some building to do, put out a video, and we'll talk more about what we did on Myrtle Beach, and we'll talk some about that. And again, join us again next Monday, the following Monday, 5:30. And as always, let's see your scores. Go low.
See ya.